What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Outlawed Motors. Today we are talking about powder coating. If you experience winter and snow like I do for 6 months of the year, California, it's the fluffy white stuff that comes from the sky, then you know a thing or two about salt and corrosion and what it does to the metal bits on your car. Even if it's painted, the rust will get to it. And whether you're working on an old restoration or you're modifying a new modern car, the salt and snow will get to the metal. Mark my words. Even on my modern Mini, when I was taking off the front half of my car to do the engine build, I couldn't believe all the subframe and suspension bits that had just dissolved away. And it's only 6 years old. So one of the things I was trying to figure out was, how can I get rid of this rust so that when I put my spanking brand new engine and all these fancy bits in, that I'm not putting back rusty bits in with it to just continue to dissolve away. At first I tried to angle grind it and wire wheel it, which was not the greatest idea, predominantly because there's a bunch of nooks and crannies that the wire wheel can't get to that rust does. So what better way to deal with the rust than getting it sandblasted and powder coated? And there was nobody else I would go to other than JP and the guys at Strip Tech.
In contrast to the typical wire wheel or even media blast and paint, it's more durable. It's a baked on plastic effectively. There's lots of there's hybrids, there's different materials that serve different purposes, but there are, rust resistant and outdoor specific powders which are way more durable than paint. You're taking something that is in powder form and you're baking it to a substrate that's been prepared specifically to adhere to it. Wheels is primarily a decorative thing. You're looking for a color and a finish that you want. Like these T37s, we tried to get close to the factory color, and with a little bit of a difference. You didn't want exactly the same. Whereas for your chassis components, they are a high wear item. They're under the car. They're going to see a lot more abuse. We use a different powder. It's something that's with a higher abrasion resistance, a higher salt spray resistance. As far as rust resistance is concerned, powder coating can be more abrasion resistant, more heat resistant. There are different properties to the coating as opposed to paint that will help it resist scratching and deteriorating from UV or road damage or whatever. Whereas paint is not as well suited to some of those applications. It's different for different parts. So let's go with our most common thing, which is a wheel. So we will receive the wheel, we'll media blast it with a walnut shell and glass mixture. And then it will come back here. Any curb rash, any minor cracks, bends, whatever, get repaired. It'll go back and get media blasted again. And then it'll come back here. We'll outgas it. So we'll put it in the oven and we'll bake it at a temperature that's higher than the temperature the powder cures at by a little bit. And that helps open it up, get any crap, oils, anything that's in the actual pores of the aluminum. It releases it and releases any gases so that when you put the coating on, you don't get any pinholes or bubbles or anything in the finish. Nice smooth finish. So once they're outgassed, they come out. We mask the back pad so that the wheel fits nice and flush against the hub and you don't get any issues with the powder heating up and squishing at the track or anything. Powder coat it with whatever finish we have. So these, for instance, are a two-stage, so it's a bronze with a flat clear on it. This is just a media blasted wheel, and then those Jag ones are the same idea, just a two-stage silver and then high gloss clear. The powder itself will carry a charge in the corona, so that's the area that is coming out of the gun, the cloud almost. So the wheel itself is grounded, and then there's an electrode on the end of the gun, and as the powder passes by that, it becomes positively charged, and obviously it wants to be attracted to something grounded or negatively charged. And it will wrap around the wheel and get in all the nooks and crannies and everything, and really create a nice and even finish. In that respect, it's a lot more user-friendly to apply than paint. It's harder to get buildups, which will result in runs and sags and stuff. So different powders will require different voltages, different flow rates, and different amounts to be put on the substrate. And the same is true for baking. So different powders will cure at different cure temperatures. And then you have to watch when you're powder coating multiple coats, you have to watch your cure temperature so you get good cross hatching and get the powders to adhere to each other so you don't get delamination down the road or cracking or anything. Say you're looking at a metal part and you want to paint or powder coat. Our limitation in some cases is oven size or configuration. That's easily fixed. We're building a new one that's much larger, but when you get down to it, you want to paint something, if it's a specific color and you want to match it 100%, or if you simply, there's no powder available for that application. That's the only time I would not powder coat something.
I was really impressed with the results of all the powder coated goodness. It practically looks brand new, and I have the peace of mind knowing that when I put all my fancy bits in with my newly rebuilt engine, I'm not going to be slamming back in rusty subframe bits to just creep and dissolve my car away. So hopefully you found this video educational, informative, inspiring, what have you. If you like this video, give it a like. If you haven't subscribed already, go on and press that button. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one.